Wise man once said, a tool is only as good as the person who wields it. And at LMN, we realize our software is just that, a tool that helps crews communicate with the office communicate with crews to make sure work gets done more efficiently, more accurately, and done the first time right. And so in order to build a great tool for that, we had to build a tool that built great users. With that comes the new LMN Crew app, the easiest to use, most intuitive time and job tracking tool in the landscape industry. Right from the get-go, we made sure login is both easy and secure by offering options other than just your typical username and password. You can connect your app and your login right to your phone number so that you don't have to remember those passwords each and every day. Vital for foremen who the last thing they want to be doing every day is logging into an app. And of course, because some of the industry doesn't speak English as their first language, you can instantly convert the app to Spanish at the click of a button. Once they're logged in, that's where things get really exciting. First and foremost, you'll notice the crew is built around the schedule. The crew's schedule for each day is clearly laid out. The jobs they need to go to, the things they need to do when they're there, how much time they have to do those things. And since we know that not every day goes according to plan, it's easy for crews to flip off their schedule and hit something else. For instance, they can tap into another crew's schedule, maybe help another crew who's falling behind that day. They can also pick from a list of general routes and groups and work off anything, which is especially handy when we're trying to catch up for things like rain days, or we're working in snow when we don't have a clear schedule. And of course, if they just want to find any job that they're at, there's a jobs tab where they can search for jobs by name, address, or even tap a location button to get the jobs that are closest to them. Clocking into a job couldn't be simpler. Simply scroll down to your schedule where you're due to clock in, press the green play button. You'll get a quick summary of what you need to do when you're there. Click the play button again, and you'll get task instructions. This is to ensure that no matter who you send to the job on any given day, they'll know what to do when they get there. To start working, I just click play again. When they're ready for their next job, simply move to the next job on the list, press play again. Now, since they're clocking out, they're going to get asked to track specific information about the job they're on. First, let's update the schedule. Tap completed to knock off that you completed the scheduled task that day. If that task has associated materials that you want to track, that'll come up immediately for the crews as well, and they can track the quantity. This can be used for job costing, invoicing, or just tracking. Click Next, and you can also ask for other things that may affect job costing. For instance, like the amount of time that's used on equipment. Again, crews can enter their hours, and that'll be logged for both tracking and job costing where applicable. Click Next again. We need some notes to let us know what happened that day. Everything went fine, they can just type OK, or they can type in a better description of exactly what happens to communicate that to the office so that we can then communicate that back to curious customers. Click Next to move to the next step, and you can upload photos. But now with the LMN app, you can upload multiple photos at once, saving your crews time and effort. They can make notes about the photos, tap upload, and then they're ready to move on. The LMN Crew app is far more than just a time tracking tool. Sure, it does time for payroll, updates your schedule, tracks your services completed, tracks materials and equipment for billing or job costing. Most importantly, the LMN Crew app is built to drive accountability and productivity. Each and every task that your crews are clocked in on, they'll get measured on their estimated versus actual hours performance. They'll get instant feedback each and every time they clock out of a task so that they know when they're doing a good job and when they're not. And of course, all this information gets surfaced back to the office so that you or your managers will be able to identify problems earlier and before they become big problems. If you're just checking out LMN for the first time and you want more information, contact sales at golmn.com or visit our website at www.golmn.com and register for a demo where you can sit and watch the software actually in use. Already use LMN? Feel free to reach out to your account manager or support at golmn.com. and let us give you a demo and an introduction to what's about to come.